Hey everyone, John here again with another short video on what we found yard sailing and what we think it's going to be worth. Again, most of the time when I yard sale, I come back, I look things up online, I make a list of what I found with a pretty good idea of what similar items are selling for, and that's kind of what I'm telling you here is what we expect to get for these items because of their track record of selling in the past. Okay, so here's what we found. It wasn't a great weekend overall. We didn't find very much, but we got this brand new pair of mini Tonka pink leather moccasins. Has the Thunderbird beading on it. Paid $10 for those. And finding similar pairs selling for $20 to $30. These are a size 12, so they're a little scarcer, so I expect that, I mean, the larger sizes are a good sell because there just aren't as many of them. So those will sell in the 25 to 30 range. $3.50 for these 7 little tools. They're assorted jewelers or watchmakers tools, specific designs for specific tasks in those fields. 5 of these are Lindstrom from Sweden, and the other 2 are made in Utica, New York. They sell anywhere from $5 to $25 a piece. I'll sell the lot for probably between $40 and $50. I've sold very similar things in the past, and that's usually what to expect. Sealed DVDs. I like those a lot. I sell a lot of DVDs. And specifically what I like to find are these sealed television series. This is Gunsmoke, seasons 5 through 7. 62 hours of material on 22 DVDs, 111 episodes, sealed. I found, we paid $5 for this, and I found one sold recently for $44.95. So, you know, $40 to $50 for that. At least 25 or 30 without much trouble, and for $5 that's pretty good. Sealed is nice because condition is spoken for. I can't buy enough Harley stuff. I love it. I've never bought Harley stuff, you know, at a decent price that I haven't been able to sell. And this is a pair of women's Harley Davidson boots. Very little use, near mint condition. We paid $20 for these. They're $130 retail, so it's an easy $50 to $60, maybe even more. I can start them at $75 and take what I get. So that was a really good find. Okay, moving on. Again, found a few books this weekend. This is a book on the North American Sun Kings. It's a 1992 first edition hardcover. Kind of scholarly, and you know, Indian stuff is pretty good, especially these scholarly works. Putting together a certain subject rather than just a picture book of Indians. So this has specific content, which makes it good. I'm finding these, they don't seem to be selling real well, but they're being offered in the 50 plus or minus range. So I'm going to assume I can get 20 or 25 for it. This is Cardus Aspiratus, kind of an what it is it's about fortune telling with cards, and it goes through every, you know, each individual card and tells what it's all about. Now, I'm not into this esoteric stuff, but a lot of people are. And I find this book in the $20 to $30 range when I can find it. It's fairly scarce. This author, Robert Lee Camp, did a bunch of other things, but this book does not seem to be as readily available. So I think that's going to be an easy 20 or 25. I paid $1 each for these books that I'm showing you now. Another one of these esoteric things, Oracle of Dragon Fae. It's a set with a book. It's a book and 44 cards, and it's basically it's card reading, fortune telling, whatnot. So again, this is a $20 to $25 item pretty steadily. Here I bought something I know absolutely nothing about. It's in Chinese and or Korean, I'm not even sure. I found this one. This is 50 DVDs, and I did go online with the US ISBN number and found a translation of what it is, and it's a history of a certain Chinese dynasty. It's 50 DVDs here. This one I think has 20 or 25 DVDs, and this is, anyway, so this was $3 for all of these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. I might try them on eBay. There's not There's a couple of examples similar. They're asking, you know, in the hundreds of dollars for 8 of them. And so I have 3, so I don't know, maybe I can get $50 for them. I don't know. If not, they'll end up at auction like we've talked about before, live auction. This is a good find. My wife found these. $5 for this lot of 7. What they are, from Easy Riders magazine, tech tips and tricks on keeping your Harleys running. Volume 1, 2, 3. Volume 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3 volume sets, and then an extra volume 2. Now these are selling very well. Per issue, I've seen anywhere from $15 to $40 per issue. So I call them 25 plus or minus. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 6. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this set out, a 3 volume set, for $59. Buy it now. And another $59. And I'll put that one out for $20. So we've got $140, even if we take offers and end up with only 80 to 100. That's not bad for $5. That's a good find. So we talked before about buying things specifically that aren't worth a heck of a lot, but we use them to build box lots for auctions. Now this is just a green depression glass bowl, nothing fancy. It costs $2, and it'll go into a box lot, you know, for a live auction. This I bought, you know, thinking I knew it was worth something. It's easy to find out exactly what it was worth because it's well marked Eklund tool number 51. And sure enough, I found them. There's several of them out there, and they seem to sell in the $5 to $8 range, which isn't enough for me for eBay. So that one's going to end up in a box lot for auction, or with, you know, several other neat looking tools on eBay. A watch. I buy a lot of watches, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now this one didn't have a battery, and you can see that it's running now. It's a Field and Stream bottle opener, compass, keychain type of thing. So it's kind of a neat little thing. Again, I paid $2 for it, thinking this is one I could sell individually, and I can, but not for enough to make it worthwhile. So it's going to go into a box lot with others, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now I said I put a battery in it, and to keep the cost down on that, this is how I buy my batteries. Most watches, common, you know, take the 377, which is the most common size. So I go online and I bought these 40 batteries for $5.34. So, you know, really only costs 12 or 13 cents to put a battery into a watch. And so, like I say, I buy a lot of watches. I want to show you this. This is just a box lot of watches that we picked up, you know, some of them last year, some of them this year. I just haven't done anything with them recently. I just got those batteries, so I'm going to plug a battery into each one of these and see how many of them work. The ones that don't work just go right in the trash. And these are all brand name. They all have names on them. Like this one here is a Peugeot. I can't read all the names, but they all have names on them. So they're not really junk watches. I know there's some West clocks in there. There's some Fossil, you know, things of that nature. So decent watches. So I'll end up putting a battery into each of these, and then maybe run an eBay auction for a little while, see if I can get a bite on, you know, 25 or 30 watches for $50. I usually pay, you know, a quarter or up to $1 if they've got a brand name, but usually not much more than that, especially if they're not running, because you never know. So like I say, not a great weekend, but a weekend nonetheless. We found some things we can sell, and I'm going to get busy working on those. One thing to mention, in one of my previous videos I showed a Swiss Army watch. Now that was a little nicer one. I paid $3, put a battery in it. That's when I was talking about batteries and what we pay for them. And that is already sold for $20. So every now and then I pull a watch out and it's good. Like the Peugeot was a decent watch, and I could have sold that by itself, but when I went to check the band, I found the band was broken. So I just yanked the band off and threw it in the box. So anyway, that's pretty much it for now. So please subscribe to my channel, and that way you'll know when I put something else up. Well, have a good one. Till next time.